Hey there, have you ever heard that vegan food is expensive?
I've heard that and I reckon it's a load of codswallop.
Not true. Vegan food can be just as affordable, if not more affordable, than eating animal products. And in this video, we're going to show you our top tips to eat vegan on a budget.
We're going to head straight to the supermarket right now to find out exactly how cheap and how affordable vegan food is and can be.
So the idea for this video came about when we were on stage. It was about a year ago now, and we were doing a panel. You know, one of those panels where you've got lots and lots of people on stage discussing various things. We were talking about vegan food, of course. And one of the panelists said, you know what? Vegan food is a privilege, and it's reserved for the privileged few. We just don't agree with that, man. Like, it can be really affordable to eat vegan food. Meat is often the most expensive part of a plate. So if you get the meat off your plate, you should be saving money, right? Vegetables are fairly cheap. Of course, it's not necessarily easy to do. You do need to think about nutrition, and maybe that education isn't available for everybody. So in the absence of the right education for people, it might be easier to get your nutrients from an egg than to get it from a plant-based diet. But trust us, if you're eating a plant-based diet, you can get all of the nutrients you need on a budget. So that's why we've made this video. This is gonna be our top 21 tips to eat vegan on a budget. Let's start with number 1.
Try not to go shopping when you're hungry. Before you head to the shops, get a banana inside you to satisfy any cravings. When you're walking around the shops and you're hungry, you always make bad choices, like buying things you really don't need or things that you nibble on straight away. Or, if you can, get your computer out and shop online.
Another tip is to buy frozen stuff. Fill your freezer full of fruits, vegetables, etc. so that you can have a smoothie or make a curry with what you've got in the freezer. Things that come in the frozen section are often fresher, they'll stay fresh for longer, they won't go off. It's just so good to put your freezer to work.
Buy food that's in season. Now, seasonal produce is really good because it reduces the air miles, and also it maximizes the flavor because it's fresh and been grown at the time it should be grown, and usually you can get loads of it for cheap.
Go for the reduced, sale, or still fresh items. It's kind of a no-brainer if you think about it. In every supermarket, they're gonna have a section where they sell stuff that's kind of near the end of its sell-by date, but it's still good and it's cheaper. It's a great place to find bargains. A tip to get the good stuff is to arrive at the supermarket early before everyone else has had a go at that. And in there, you can find so many deals. Don't buy vegan, alternative, or free-from products just like these. These might be delicious, but they cost a lot of money and you really don't need them. You can just buy some vegetables, buy some grains, buy some pasta, and have more than enough deliciousness in your diet for next to no money. Buy in bulk. Look how ridiculous that massive bag of pasta is. I mean, that's bigger than my head. So if you can get bags of this, you're gonna save a load of money. This is gonna cost a couple of quid, where this much pasta might cost a couple of quid as well. Try going to a big supermarket where they've got bags like that. Pasta, rice, whole grains, they're gonna keep for ages in your pantry. And if you wanna be really good, then go to a plastic-free store and fill up your own jars.
Buy from your local market. Now, obviously, it's really good to support your local business, but it's also really good to be able to buy one tomato or a couple of apples or a little bit of kale rather than a massive pack that the supermarkets usually sell. Now, you don't have to go down to a farmer's market because they can be quite expensive. Just head down to the city centre, to the local market, and get involved.
Buy own brand products, just like this. Every supermarket should have its own range of value products or, you know, discount products that is under their own brand name. A tip to find the cheaper products and the own brand products is to look down by your feet because they're often on the lower shelves.
Head down to your local world supermarket. Now, Asian supermarkets, Chinese supermarkets, Indian supermarkets have a wonderful abundance of choice that you won't find on the high street. Things like this, a massive bottle of soy sauce, is really easy to find in those kind of places and super cheap. Buying in bulk from those kind of places is a really good way to cut costs and to make your plate taste amazing.
Use dried beans, pulses, legumes, etc. If you buy these bad boys dried, they are gonna last for absolutely ages and they'll be loads cheaper too. Actually, Dried chickpeas taste loads better than tinned chickpeas, and they make better hummus, which is obviously really important. All you need to do is boil them for the right amount of time, get them ready, and you've got hummus or whatever you're making for cheaper.
Freeze leftover fruit and veggies. Now, some of the bananas in your fruit bowl might start browning. Don't throw them away. Unpeel them, pop them in a Tupperware, pop them in the freezer, label them up, and make sure you use them later, because then nothing goes to waste, which is good for the environment and good for your wallet.
Cook, don't order in. It's super easy, I know, to get a takeaway, just pull out your phone and order something in, but it's so much better when you cook yourself. Cheaper, it's healthier, and you get a good feeling about doing it too. So get used to cooking at home, and you'll get more effective, and you'll get better at making cheap, tasty meals.
Make water your drink of choice. Now this is probably the easiest one of the whole lot, because water comes out the tap and it's basically free. Now obviously fizzy drinks and fruit juices, they are quite tasty, but they're not that great for your health. This is definitely one thing that you can do that's really, really easy.
Plan your meals. The idea behind this is simple, and it's both healthy and cheap. If you get your shopping done on the weekend, plan what you're going to eat throughout the week. It's really easy for you to cook and make sure you eat home-cooked meals every day. There are great places to find meal planning recipes. We've got a load for free on BOSH, but also people like Avant-Garde Vegan or The Happy Pair will have meal planning recipes too, so go check them out.
Leftovers for lunch. Now this is a really easy one. If you're cooking on the evening, cook a little bit too much. Pop it in a Tupperware and take it to work with you the next day. That way, you don't have to buy any sandwiches.
Batch cook and freeze. This can be a real time saver. So this is some chili that we made a couple of days ago. We made a double helping and put it in the freezer. The really good thing about this is you've basically got a meal in minutes because you did all the work a couple of days before, and you'll save money too.
Get yourself a basic cooking set if you haven't already got one. Now, we've said before that cooking is one of the best ways to save money on food because you don't have to order in takeaways or have to go to a restaurant all the time. You can head down to your local supermarket now, and for about 20-25 quid, you can get all of this, pots, pans, all these kind of spoons and stuff. It's exactly what you need to get cooking.
Do buy a multivitamin. Now, they can be really expensive. We're not recommending you buy lots and lots, but a simple pack of multivitamins like that should be available in your local chemist for not that much money. On a plant-based diet, eating a vegan diet, you do need to make sure you've got things like B12 and iron and all that good stuff. So make sure that you're healthy by getting these multivitamins in every day.
Grow things. But if you do grow things, make sure you water them like we didn't do with this poor little blighter. If you've got a garden, that's wonderful because you can grow loads of vegetables, and basically, if you've got a big enough garden, go self-sufficient, which would be the dream for most people. But if you live in London or you live in a city, then a little window box with some herbs is a great way to save a bit of money and get maximum flavour in your food.
Make simpler recipes. I could whip up a banging pasta with just garlic, spaghetti and tomatoes. Get used to cooking with just a handful of ingredients. You know when you go online and you find a recipe and it's got like 20, 25 or 35 ingredients? Don't go for those bad boys. Choose recipes that have got 5 to 10 ingredients instead.
Become a creative cook and get confident in the kitchen. Fridge-ready recipes just like this one are a really good way to use up all the veggies that are in your fridge without anything going to waste. The more confident you are in the kitchen with the things that you've got at your disposal, the easier and cheaper it will become.
Thanks for watching. That was our 21 tips for cooking on a budget.
We've got lots more content just like this coming your way soon, so like, comment and subscribe.
All of those tips are in this book. This is our new book, How to Live Vegan. But you know what? We thought we'd make you a free version on a video anyway.
See you later, guys.